Here we come into the Wednesday bewitching hour, the lunchtime. They used to say in the trading commodities thing that people went to lunch, and the volume dried up, and then people came back from lunch and changed their mind. Somebody were talking about NASDAQ. People come back from lunch, they're like, I'm kind of hungover. Close it all down and let's go home. And when they pull the trigger on their trade, apparently, according to the level 3 and level 5 trading, the market's going berserk. But it does this 5-minute window here at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, after a beat down, after the all-time high in the Dow Jones, completely vapor high. Bitcoin looks like a penny stock to me. You look at Bitcoin. So look at gold has made its trendline break on close on the weeklies here. I'm going to do the weekly update. This is the people have channels like that. Here's the trend line on closing prices on the weekly. You could have got in here at the breakout confirmation. Kind of late, but better late than never. That's the thing that kills me about the people that aren't willing to scale into the trade. So in the gold market here, what's the obvious trade? Well, it depends how deep your pockets are. I'd say put a buy limit right here on the infamous round number of every $10 in gold. So buying here, buying here, buying here, buy here, buy here, and just set it and forget it for the rest of the fucking year. Like, who is not buying every $10 handle if you're a gold bug? Who's doing that trade? I doubt few people are going to put in 1Ks and just go, I'm just going to wait. Okay, but it's a great trade plan, right? Because you can pluck any of these off during any kind of bounce, and if you don't like the trade, get the fuck out. So why aren't people trading like that? Well, there's probably a lot of trend traders that would say, look at this. We're in an uptrend, and this is probably a 618 of some. I'm sure if you wanted to hunt down a 618 in here, or here's a, whatever. Question is, how much did you buy on this move? You could have just scalped. In my case, if this is a 1-hour chart and this is a 10 pip handle, or this is going to be, instead of $10 on gold, I'll just stream orders in front of the market, right? Because something's going to hit in here if I can afford to canvas the whole area, right? So it's about canvassing. I guess it's about Dominion voting, right? It's all about the canvassing. So how much coverage can you get out of your system? And how much inventory can you have stacked up below the obvious wick? Now, this is not the Williams fractal, but it's the tightest turning point you can find. Williams is waiting for 5 to get his signal. So if you go to his chart, Williams fractal just being a kind of an easy way to show somebody how to trade on reversals at the key cheapest prices, right? Of course, that trade has to be fit to, say, the 4-hour chart is going to be a 30 pip trade. On the 5-minute chart, it's going to be a 10 pip trade, right? If you can trade fractal fake outs at the edge of the market when everybody's shooting their pants as you're into the edge of an envelope, into the edge of an abyss, and people are like, oh, fuck, look at that Bitcoin. I mean, the more I look at it, the more it's penny stock it looks to me. And if you look at some penny stocks, which I got some charts of that, you just die. You're like, oh, that's just like Bitcoin, for God's sakes. It's amazing, and I still don't get it, I mean, we're just using it to transfer shit. Nobody's holding on to some fucking, it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. I'm so sorry. I just heard another guy. I'm hearing all these guys come out of the woodwork praising the beauty of it. Okay, I got it. But dude, at that price, like, somebody's going to liquidate. Really, I saw crude oil pop up. This is on top of this drama with running all this crude oil on old systems, right? Amazing. But that's what we're up for. Here's what we're into, This is what they did. This is just kind of like a giant slow creeper gear black swan unfolding in front of you. It's not the black swan. It's a slow burn swan. Here's the Williams fractal on the It's just the insert, go to indicators and just go to Bill Williams and go to fractals. And you can change the color and just make them big and small. But this, I would say, a beginner trader, speaking with, what's that CIA girl, when I turn my voice up at the end, because I don't work for the CIA. But if I did, so you really kind of want to get in against the rule set that I guess you're going against the Williams rule, which is put your buy stop here, which I know people are going to argue this is, well, that's how they trade, they make money, and I got you there, but it's how long is it taking you to make that money, right? The thing is, we want to get rich quick. We don't want to get rich slow. Okay, this is forex. It's open 24 hours. We get rich quick. In 4 hours, we could make 40 pips clean. Set it and forget it. Now, they may blow through that. Stop. But this is why you're trading with one case, because you can lay out, what are you going to do all day? I mean, I'm not going to, what do I got to do, right? I could lay all these orders in. I could put in 300K in the morning and walk away for 8 hours. I could go to sleep for 4 hours. I could, you know the trade plan. You know what you're looking for. If it pulls back, you're going to catch a falling knife, because that's how you would make money in a buy limit strategy of scaling in. You've chosen that scheme up front. There is no, you are going to throw money at the problem. You're going to treat it like a fucking, you're going to be a Marxist on your own account, right? You just throw money at the problem because there's nothing you can do. Just like, if you're trying to buy low and sell high, the only thing you're forced to buy low. If you buy right now, you're saying this is as low as it's ever going to fucking go. It's not even possible. So if you are a buyer, if you think like a buyer, so this is the first bias. Are you a buyer? I don't think the trend matters in that case. Now, I guess it matters if you've got this 618 on, and I get the fact that you're not going to blow up your account, but then what the fuck I mean, there's got to be a balance between risking money and making it okay to be wrong 30% of the time, or even a Fibonacci 38% of the time, and making it okay to just get into a thicker position, right? The better trade is around the corner, because you may perceive this is the best price and your system said that. But that would mean any system that is good enough to make it through the first hour of the entry, okay, it's like riding a bull. Make it through the first 8 seconds, I suppose. Then you have a chance of being a bull rider. But so if you lay a trap of X amount of tickets, and the market comes down and it sweeps through that, and that trade plan plays out. That's the plan, your trade your plan thing. It's the granularity that you do it in that makes it work, right? So if it's too much work to put on all these 1Ks, which it shouldn't be with MT4, but I understand it is for people, because they don't remember the old days when you had to pick up the phone and yell a fucking ticket, like yell, you have to be a tall guy and be on the floor yelling at somebody to get your order filled if you're going to trade your own account. And the seat on the exchange costs like $100,000, but you could sell it, because that could be it. Like you just buy a seat on the exchange, you don't have to trade it. But now you can sit here like Bitcoin, and you can execute on MT4. You can trade Bitcoin on MT4 too. And I would recommend trading it, but I'm not saying you would invest in it. Like Bitcoin could go all the way to $10,000. You could trade 4-hour zigzags in Bitcoin. But I got the monthly chart. I'm just going to sit with the monthly chart, and I can't wait to see how this unfolds. Now, this is the monthly Bitcoin, and I've got it all. Just, are you buying this pullback? This is the ultimate question, because this would be your flag, your pennant, your consolidation, your wave 2. If you think wave 3 is coming, which you'd need wave 3 to hit the, I put $100,000 at the top of this puppy. You're saying by the end of the year, like, this thing going to keep, okay, well, maybe it is. That's an unbelievably steep move, isn't it? Like, that is just mind-blowing. Look at this rate of change here. Now, this was the first glorious excitement about Bitcoin. And this is also don't forget, Trump is maybe Trump's printing money. This is going to be the argument. Trump's printing money here, and this is what, but at the end of the year, and then they're talking about this harvest. Now, it cracks me up about why Bitcoin is just such a joke. And now I'm seeing the sell signs because I'm seeing on mainstream shows people talking about the Bitcoin. And right there, I'm triggered to just kind of sense that, this is the top. Because when the grasshoppers in your yard start asking about if you remember their Bitcoin key, then so that's it's just saturation, and what's so funny is that not to say that people that trade Bitcoin didn't trade stocks, but wow, as far as markets go, this is harebrained. This market has never been at this price before, and this is completely penny stock speculation. If this isn't a speculative move, if this isn't a bubble, then I'm just not even, So, any way you frame this, and of course, the more you zoom out, the worse it looks, And you can tell me all day long about, well, I guess fractally speaking, right? But what in the fuck, right? So you really think this is going to, maybe. So I don't know. How are people dealing with this? And I just feel bad for people that are like, yeah, I saw that TV show and that guy was talking about, and they get in this thing and the fucking pounds down at 36,000. They're like, yeah, well, I got it at 57, and gosh, if I thought it was going to come back to here, I would have bought more. I know, it's so brutal, right? And what are you going to do? I'll be there in a minute. So look at this. Now this is the weekly, and I guess this is more flaggy. People love the weekly because they're like, oh yeah, I can't just see consolidation. So I marked off the tippity top, trappity trap, breakout, confirmation, goober entry at the top where you place your buy stop here. Like a good trend trader, you could have placed it here and got trapped for how much money? I guess they ripped you back. So in the weeklies, they ripped you using the typical technical analysis, blah, blah, blah. We're in the Bitcoin here. We're stuck with this scale, whatever we're at here. 100 grand on the top there. That's a projection for the dreamers, the dreamers. Those people that came across the border, and now they have to mask up and present ID. Oh, it's just such a tough life. Here's a double top in time. Beautiful double top in the weekly there. Just premium, right? You could sell both tops. You could have scalped back to here. Of course, this is the buy zone here. We don't see the Williams fractal showing up because you need 5 bars to get a Williams fractal. We only got 3 there, but I'm going to mark it off just the same because I think it is important to realize that trading is so fucking crude. You can't even believe it. So here would be a turning point. This is like the low swing low, as they would say. These are all new highs, right? Making higher highs and higher lows too. But see, what it is it's not that it's making higher highs and higher lows. It's the volatility is getting insane. Like, look at the volatility on that bar. I'm so sorry, but if you put a sell stop here, they trapped you. And if you put they trapped you down here, I guess you put a buy stop, you made money, right? Because you would make money because it's the smaller bar. A buy stop here, a sell stop here, not bad, right? You kind of made some money here. If you left both tickets on with the right targets, you made some money here on the breakout because you waited for a small bar. Now we got a small bar. There's sell stop stacking here. There's buy stop stacking here. This is going to be the moment of truth on the weeklies for this instrument. I don't know. To hear people get sucked into the Bitcoin mystique is it's just killing me. And I mean, really, 250, 500? Come on, man. Does anybody have to look at gold, which was, nothing like gold. The banks are in the gold. They were leasing gold. You could lease gold. Does that make sense? These are all derivative instruments. They're all that way. This just happens to be a 24/7 market. But this thing could go sideways for the next... Now with that, it's got to break out. Well, maybe it does break out. Maybe people jump on board, but I'm not jumping on that. I'm trading to me, if I was going to trade Bitcoin, I would just go to the 1 hour chart and just treat it like a currency. But I didn't write scripts for that, so I'd have to rewrite all the scripts to fit on that thing. And it's like, fuck, the spreads at what, $1,200 here, 150, 100 what's that? I don't know, 100 million shiitakes on the spread there. So that's all for one coin now. That's the spread is 1,200, I think. But we zoom out, we could trade this on the smaller time frames, but I just don't know. It just blows my mind. But of course, not hard to do. I just see the world only through my eyes. I really don't have the ability to. But we're stuck on that scale, unfortunately. So we have to just negotiate what the trade would be if we were on the 15-minute chart. We're going to zoom in. But you can see the problem here. You can't even see the fucking trade, see? When you go to the larger time frames, you're like, oh, yeah. Oh, oof, wow, the monthly. Well, that's a different story. Now, trend traders should be buying every month of pullback here. This is the first month of pullback. This is also the biggest wick. And the monthly tells a story. So that's going to be interesting. Like kind of my theory is we're going to have to come back and revisit this at some point. Maybe not, but wow, that would be a nice place to buy for half off. We've been at 60 grand. We come in at 30 grand. We got pendings just strewn all the way down. Now, I suppose you could open an account, and this is the nice thing about the Bitcoin is actually there's no leverage there, right? If you bought real Bitcoins, you just, I don't have to let you put pending orders in, but you go, yeah, I'll buy it at 47. I'll buy a fucking shiitakes at 38 and all the way down to, just get me in all the way to $800. Just put limits in all the way down, walk away. And as time goes on, as the month proceeds, look at that. You're getting filled and people are shitting their pants and you're getting filled. You see, that's the difference is that, these people with dollar cost averaging in, okay, I gotcha. You think we're not going to go down to 50 grand? You think we can't come back? Like, really? So that's going to be the ultimate question. Do you think we can come down here to this price? And these are all important questions. And actually, you could say, for a technical analysis point of view, that off of this triple top, you are currently short. You're just still holding your shorts that you consider to be the shoulder. Your target's going to be down here, or at least you know that there's going to be some. If you start hacking through this last week's low, you could plunge all the way into here, and this would be the biggest buying opportunity, but people will be shitting their pants at that point because this whole frothy, tippity-toppity, richity-ratchety going up here, this is distribution. I mean, from the simplest standpoint, or it's reaccumulation for another move up. And I had this situation in the Dow Jones. Now, look at the Dow Jones. This has to be the most psychoticness in my lifetime, honestly speaking. This is the weekly. We've talked about this thing. What in the fuck is going on here? Well, we finally got that monthly. In the candlestick book, that monthly candle is going to blow your mind when you look back on that. Look at the daily as you crush into, and I had this flag box marked. I never did a video, but that whole time I wasn't doing a video. I had this box marked off, and I'm like, look at this flag. Now that is the trend trader's ultimate fucking entry. You could have traded the accumulation phase. Now it looked like distribution, right? And a lot of people are like, well, this is very tippity-toppity like Bitcoin is right now. These are all different kinds of situations. I think what it really is here is that anything above this is a record high. And we actually come back and retest that before going higher. This looks like Scaryville. We got a fucking dumb shit running the United States. And we're going to crush into here. It's going to blow people's minds. The Dow will be down 2,000 points today. I'm just scalping the euro behind the scenes here, but this is the motherfucker of all. Climax moves, dare I say, the monthly is the most beautiful looking, unbelievable. Look at this 4 hours. So the scalp earlier was this window here. I was in the euro. So here's the scalp bounce. First tag into the inventory on this wick. There's probably a Williams. If I turn on the Williams fractal there, I'll see the This is just the easy way to trade the Williams fractal. So this is going to just jump out at you all the trades you missed. This is kind of a heartbreaker in a way, but you just have to live with it. That, you know, you could have had buy limits here and scalp to there, and now you got buy limits below here, and look at all this stacked up as you change the time frame. You're like, wow, look at these fractals. Look at this thing. Now Williams would say, yeah, you could have gone long there, but if you didn't take profits at the tippy top of that, wow. And this abyss down here. Now this could go full catawampus, which is what forex will do, and this little thing will pull back and go a deep dive into here, and people are going to lose their mind. You know why? It'll be the biggest pullback in the Dow Jones right now. I think we're forming in this kind of basis. Of course, look, there are some ripping moves on here. Look at this. Look at this shit over here. Wow, this is the election. So yeah, no. So look, it just keeps on. Now here's what just crushes any trend trader. I mean, this could just be brutal if your stops are too tight. And these kind of swing moves here, this is why you can't build a robot for these fucking markets. I'm so sorry. If you tell me you back tested it over 5,000 years, it doesn't fucking matter, because all the market has to do is go like this, and your robot can't fucking deal with that kind of swing. It's crushed. It's bye-bye. It's like, you know, put a fork in it. Now here I would buy into this window here, no problem. I don't have any scripts for the Dow, but I don't know if my scripts run on here. Let's try maybe, just for kicks. No, it's just like boom, one ticket right there. We got to get rid of that. So that's like that's stupid. But anyways, see, that's the problem. Not every opportunity you can take advantage of, because you don't have the system to approach that situation. Gold, you know, I'd be buying that on the pull, but I'm a bounce trader. Here, look at the big climax, double top on the hourly of crude. I think crude, it's kind of put a fork in it. Like, the drama's over here. We're done. Crude's had it. It's had it's been able to look interesting to people, but you know that once it's over, it's over. Look at the story of crude here. Back to these highs after all that bullshit. I mean, look, this is the daily. I'm sorry, but this is just, this is the noise that tortures people's minds. This is what blows, this is what destroys a robot, is this kind of price action. Unless your robot was built to make money off of that shit, which is what I'm after, is kind of like selling up here, buying down here. You know, I'm not in yet. Let them smash it up. Let them bring it back. I mean, I guess it's a little more, I get more trades out of it, because in here I get at least, if I were to run a wide range limit strategy in here, but I'm always running that. If the market comes into my trap, that's even better. So I could run the same strategy here, where I range trade this amount of pips. Here's where I'm going to get annihilated, but I can see that this is the, what is going to crush me, is that if we take out this wick, which I know that's a Williams fractal, there's at least 5 bars here, that this void here, when they crush this, holy shit, but you could have made money. This is a daily chart, by the way. You can make money on all these retracements, see? All it keeps doing is coming down and finding this inventory, this liquidity, and just crushing it back. Comes in, makes new lows, crushes back. Yeah, it's making higher highs, it's making lower lows, but you got to get in on those lower lows and higher highs. But this lifestyle of trading like this is not going to be, I just can't imagine. I guess you'd have to be on the 4-hour chart looking for a premium entry, but why would it matter? Like right now, if you could afford it, you'd put sell limits up here and buy limits down here and just walk away. You know, is it going to rip down here? Probably not. It's probably going to hit here first. So you're either going to front run it, you can just sell into strength, or buy into weakness, as far as I'm concerned. Now, you could have some holy grail system, but I think it doesn't exist. The holy grail is, I guess, waiting to get filled. Having the patience for them to come down and tag this trade, and you know, all the things that go with that, the mindset of thinking, well, you know, this is just, and on the daily charts, you know, you can see the big picture. If you don't go to the 5-minute chart, which may be difficult, or go to the 15, because people will go to the 15, I want to micromanage the entry. In the big picture, if you can afford to canvas a 50 pip window that's the wick of the daily charts, then you can just walk away and know that if they probe that area and you get that wick tip entry, and you coming back the other way on the other train, and you're out, right? So there's that trade, right? And you could make a living off of that trade, knowing when to implement it. And then when the market does something like this, and this is the oil market, by the way. So once you take out this high here, it just goes fucking nuts. Now selling into that, yeah, this is the daily chart, and there's probably a couple little things here, but you can't stand in front of a train like that and not expect to get stopped out. And if you're one of these commercial guys, if you got oil in your field, you keep on selling into that, selling, and all this commercial pressure stacked up from all these positions people hold, and the amount of people that sell above that is just mind-blowing, which causes this reaction. So for every action, that pent-up demand, it comes ripping back the other way, right? And you can just see it on the chart there. So it's like a spring that's been loaded, and now it's kind of drifting up, and we're getting to this thing, and now you can make the argument that it's going to tank because, and this would be the anti-oil shock argument, the void of any news that matters, is that demand's down because we can't fucking load this pipe. And they come out in the news and go, yeah, the crude oil sold off because we can't even run it through the pipe. So nobody wants it, and order imbalance, and boo-hoo-hoo. It's funny, the volatility's never occurred to people. I like the CPI came out, and the market was just sitting on the edge of an abyss anyways. At any moment, the market just go nuts, right? Now, this is what people just don't like either. They're like, oh, fuck, you fucked up my technical analysis. Now I got to redraw my trend lines. Well, you don't on closing prices, right? Closing prices, you do not have to redraw the trend lines. That's the beauty of closing prices. They never change. They're written in stone. They don't repaint, so to speak. That is really kind of the nice thing about it. And, it's got something to hang your hat on there that's hard. And it goes into the future, plots in the future if you choose the extension of the trend line. So you could say things like, oh, look at this. I'm on this. That's an uptrend. Don't be a dumb shit. So let's just trade it from the long side. Great. But, you're waiting for it to come to that trend line maybe. If you want to take advantage of the short side, you're going to put a top channel, and you need a reason to sell. That comes into this line. I'm selling. In fact, anywhere up into that line, I will sell. It's also the inventory on these wick tips over here. It's just as simple as that. Now, getting that trade and having it take 8 hours and 12 hours, I think that's going to be a good money-making strategy if you're a full-time trader, or you can get to the markets for these trades. Because if you're waiting, and I guess people are out there, right, that they bought down here, and they're sure they're going to say they bought down here and they're still long. They're like, I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm still up on this trade. I'm like, yeah, well, when this came smashing down, did this bother you? Well, they're like, well, I got my fundamentals, and if they were, maybe they would even brag that they bought more because, oh, look at it, just took out these poor fucking Williams fractal entry guys that are like, yeah, here it goes tanking down, let's sell. And they get trapped in this thinking, oh yeah, look at this oil market's just going to fall apart, and we're going back to $0 a barrel, and it's just going to be an amazing ride. And it's just amazing how erratic these markets are. And of course, trading one, it can be enough for anybody. If you're going to scale into this crude oil market, you're going to sell, and you just walk away. Now, you might babysit it from your phone, and that's why I got the one case, because this phone is just asking to be traded. Every time I pick up this phone improperly, I guess I got to get some kind of non-touch screen thing, because it's too easy to just fuck up a trade. But I like to look at it for the to see how much margin I'm using and all that. It's quick and dirty. I feel like an iMarkets live trader every time I look at this phone. But yeah, those guys, it's too bad I couldn't have hooked up with those people, but they're just, it's a racket. Attempted to do that, but the world's changed now. Everybody's hacked and everything, and I lost my internet last night, and I thought, geez, that's great. That'll be next. It's all going down. We're all going to hell. Just deal with it. Okay, so I'm in this euro trade. I'm heavily in $1,300 of margin in this demo. I mean, just pushing this thing off a cliff here. I bought into the plunge of the. So I'll show you all the trades I did. I put all these limits in. Look, they crashed through my limits. Some of these I scalped out on because we had this amazing rally right after that crush. So we went down. I don't know if you can see the sequence of this. Pretty amazing, right? So we got filled here. We had some sleeper cells in here, but some of these got blown out, right? And I deleted those arrows. I already did those trades, but I cashed out and then sold a little bit into this thing. But on my real money, I was selling into that on the euro. So as the euro went smashing up again into this. Okay, let me zoom out. So here, I bought that plunge, and then I went up and I sold. And this happened pretty fast. And once again, you could have gone against Williams' rule, and instead of buying the breakout of these fractals, you're selling into them. Right? Here you'd be buying this, so I did that. I bought this new low at the market. I did do that at the market on the pound. Got in really heavy here. If you look at this, right here, all these are all market orders here, these blue ones. So the black ones are limits and the blues are buys. So I can see what I did. This is my journal, so to speak. So I seen it down here and I go, you know, we're just going to load up, because in the 4 hour, you're just like, wow, you know, look at this thing. You know, what a crush. So we're just loading into this thing, and I got enough. I think I might have freed up some margin so I could buy more. And what I do is I just keep buying in front of it like this. I know it seems unbelievable, but I got tight stops in here. I got 12 pip stops to make 8 pips. And I haven't taken any profits yet today. I'm down $200, and I'm in 7 standard lots, which is pretty good, about 6 standard lots here. I mean, still maintain the position. So that is the other thing, is that, you know, swing trading is a big view of the market, but I think you still got to scalp around it, because, you know, I do see this as coming back into here at some point, and this may be too greedy of a thought. It comes back to here, but if nothing else, it comes back to this, the breach of that wick to here, and that's the 4 hour chart. So back to here by sundown. And I don't think it's that impossible of a trade. That's the pound. And that's quite a, that's 120 pips smash. That is an amazing move. I think this is amazing. Here I'm looking for this to weasel back up into here. I put some cells in here, but they deleted themselves. I bought a little bit here at the market, but mostly I was looking at the fact that, oh, they're going to take out this wick. So what I did was, before that plunge, so I seen it plunge, and I go, you know what? They're going to take out the low of this wick. This is from the news event. And sure enough, they did. And then here's what I bought at the market. You can tell because it's blue. So right there at the bottom of the hour, it's like buy, because I wanted to build a position on that 4 hour chart on the 4 hour bar hard down. So I'm going to delete all that stuff. Now that's my journal, so to speak, as people would say. And now I can do a screenshot, save that, because now that's gone forever. But I'm in the position anyways. So I bought that heavy plunge, and this is just the news, and smashes up, and it traps people up here, so to speak. I mean, if you have a buy stop here, you're going, holy shit, all those going to break out and go up. Yeah, I know. And then here, even if you were selling into that, if you didn't get out with some kind of profit, they ripped it all the way to here before it went to there. And of course, that whole narrative, that story, that unfolding of that, all these different directions the market can move, and look like it just did one move. So to say that the bears are in control here is kind of silly. You could say the bulls are in control, yeah, but I'm sure that during here, even this, right? It goes up, but looks like it comes back at some point. Now, to decipher that, you'd have to go to the 1 hour chart. And that's what's going to tell the truth of the sequencing of the move and who was getting their ox gored, right? And which one was which, who's running the Dominion system at that point? Who's on top? Who's on first? Let me just go to the. So I've been doing this for only a half hour now. Seems like for a couple hours. As I keep changing the topic here, but it's about buying into this plunge. Okay, it's as stupid as that. And I did that on the clock, by the way. Those ones I deleted. The reason why I was pointing that out is because when it closes beneath anything below that fractal here, it's like, holy shit. Isn't that funny? That's the only Williams fractal on here. Wow. We'll get one here. It'll show up after this paints. As they say, paints the bar there, but here's the Asian trap entry. You could do this trade. Very narrow window, 5 pip window, buy here, a limit, get out, go opposite, sell, buy. Here's another event, London Open drama. Here's a breakout trader's entry. So I was saying make a decision in Asia. Make a decision on where you think it's going to go. So you could have made this many pips, but you knew you had to get out of something here. As soon as they breach the counter fractal entries, it's probably going to come back to try to hit Asia. But notice how Asia is the tag window. This would be called the order block if you're an ICT person. These are all order blocks, right? All this shit up in here, like here's one, right? In other words, when they breach the Asian low, anything just outside of that would be the unfair value at the very narrowest of window entry. The smart money entries smart money means you're making money. Dumb money is losing money, but the dumb money could be here too, because you got a oversold condition on your RSI, you got divergence, and you may get a reversal here, even maybe. Like here's another. I bet you this is a reversal. I guarantee you this is a bad buy signal in RSI. More oversold, higher price slightly because it's a big down move on close only. But see, the RSI is built on close, so a lot of people, if you're trading this reversal thing, you're trying to get on the wick tip. You don't care about closing prices. Closing prices is only for people that are going to come back to this chart every hour and go, okay, I just sold because it's the top of the hour. It is your big hands on the, and your big hands on the little hands, both on the top there, or one's on the 3 maybe, but the big hand's always at the top, and there you go. And this would be the little mini vac here that fills. Now, if you're going to constantly run a trap of sell limits and always be selling into, you're a seller, all you can think about is selling. You can make a living selling if you know when to put your sell tickets in. Like even this you could sell that, or where to put them in. You're selling into that, and you could have made that, and you could sell more on that, and then the final conclusion is you're looking for it to break this up, but you built a short position because every little rally here is coming into this vacuum pocket. This is the mini vac, just like this was here that you plunged into, but are you getting in before the drama into the void? Are you getting in here? Now you could have got in here, and if you tightened your stop up, you never experienced this target because you're like, oh, I'm getting kind of whipsawed there, and holy shit. And maybe you're only trying to make this many pips, right? So if you're only trying to make that many pips, this is a different world than trying to make this many pips. Because if you're trying to do that, maybe you have, and these are all maybes because it depends how much work you want to put into it, but you put buy limits here and you capture that little mini pullback, right? Or also buying on the clock because you're looking at the 1 hour. You say every hour it's down, I will buy. I guess this is something you tell yourself. Or you turn on an every hour buy bot, and you could write one of those, I'm pretty sure. Every hour fucking buys if it's down. This is the only criteria. The market's down. It's down 20 pips. It whips out the 20 pip buy bot. It's another robot that I think it's an easy robot to build. And that's the criteria, and you run a team of those bots. And at that point, you're just managing bots that it's like dialing into a car that has 550 tires on it. It's able to do any terrain. Whips out the proper tire for the right situation. It's got knobby tires. It's got slick tires. It's got rain tires. It's got, fucking tires on the side like those tanks. You can't fill it. You can't flip it. It's got tires on the roof. You have to be that robust, I suppose, in a sense, or you're looking for this Wednesday drama when you're either going to trade the retrace or because there's going to be drama into these voids, and maybe it doesn't have to be Wednesday, but this is the swap situation, and these are the psycho moves. And look at this, just the devastation of volatility. Now, with inflation is really, to me, just volatility, because it's order and balance, right? And when the supply chain catches up, I know everybody likes to shit their pants when it's not caught up, but that's what creates a real market, right? If there was constant supply, the markets would stand still. We'd all starve to death, right? So there's going to be somebody's getting their ox gored and somebody's riding the ox, I suppose. No offense to the people getting gored, but this is just how it is. It's just you don't have a choice. Whatever. So you people that are laughing, I suppose, all the way to the bank that were getting burned before, now they're like, oh, look, see, I told you so. And the people that are all into overtech, they're getting black swan, but it's a creeper gear black swan, unless you're in the oil business with a pipeline. But all that stuff is just so ridiculous, and then people want to say stuff about the markets, the price of the things, the instruments, based on, well, look at that. Can't you see that? It's in the market. Well, okay. Well, the argument is that if that doesn't continue in that direction, they're going to say, well, it's prices in the market. See, the market already knew it was going to do that. So why are you getting all excited, right? Because the market's so crazy. But these retracement trades are big swing trades, And you really have to be a swing trader, right, to accommodate this drama here. But I am scalping around it because I don't want to wait all day to make all my money. I also don't want to. I want to, whatever is possible, I want to get paid for whatever a decent fluctuation in the market is. So if I'm trying to make 80 pips, I'll take those 20 off the table and maybe even reload on limits. Now, this is I suppose the art of it is to trade a certain size, but have enough flexibility to go bigger, and so compromised scaled entries. They could go real big here, and realize that if you're in that big, you have to put on those tight exits, even though the greed in your mind would say, oh my God, if you wait for this whole retracement here, this is worth X. But that may not happen, because all you have to do is have it another 2 hours from now, you could be down another 40 pips. And would you have enough money to buy that? Because that is going to be the better trade, right? The best trade has really not happened yet. The one you're in is okay, and so that's the balance. It's a continuum. It's not like a hard let your profits run. It's like, oh, let some of your profits run, but some of the stuff you just have to have preset. For me, it has to be preset because I don't think I want to take the whole position off. But if I see the market smash, if I can get filled on 50K and be out of 50K in half an hour or in 5 minutes, because it's just nothing but a flash crash or a flash spike up, then that's the ultimate, right? Because you took advantage of that insane price, and you're in for the giant bullshit swing trend trade where you got to wait to get paid. Because that, to me, that's the torture, is the waiting, It's too much. So being impatient is just, I don't think you can get rid of that, because if you're going to do stuff quickly, there's other things you could do quickly. But the market's pretty fast. But it doesn't mean it's going to retrace the way you see it. And if you only get the dead cat bounce, you got to be willing to take those 20% or maybe even 50% of the position off. it's okay not to be in the market, even though you're scaling in and out. Or you could just be really, now these overly safe people are probably going to wait for some really idealistic setup, and they're going to trade, and they're going to make the money at that pace. But to me, I can't imagine. But that's, I can't imagine that bothering, because when the market's open and it's on fire, if you got a trade plan for these kind of moves, then I think executing that and just getting into large positions for short periods of times, it makes it easier to sleep at night. Holding a Bitcoin at 58, at 62, buying at 60,000 and thinking, well, I'm only down 10 grand right now. And you remember what happened last time when you freaked out? And then the question is, do you have money to buy Bitcoin at 25,000 or 20,000? Now, there's not a lot of people on that train there. They're going to, oh, I'm not in yet, but I got a buy limit sitting at 20 grand. Call me when you get filled. And all that kind of stuff. But, it's like all these things are just, some things are just dead right now. I didn't even look at utilities and all these other things. I wonder what, people keep talking about the bond market revolt and all that. I don't know what they're talking about. I have to look that up sometime. It's too much to look at, I mean, here we've already got this stuff. There's so much drama already. But yeah, this stock market, big scalp in here. Look at that. Just below this fractal, this Williams fractal. Look how we just dipped there. We just missed it. Look at that. Somebody just scalped that shit out of that thing. That just tagged into the void there. Yeah, we should have been watching that. That'd be fun to watch. Like, look at this on the 5 minute. I bet it's psycho. Look at this move. I mean, come on, man. This is just, what is the Dow down right now? I mean, Lordy B here. What is it down? Oh my God. It's got to be down 1,000 points. It's just mind-blowing. That's only down 490. Boy, it looks more than that, doesn't it? Maybe because it's down yesterday. Already hard, Boy, that looks brutal. NASDAQ. Look at the hammering on this weekly NASDAQ. Now, the NASDAQ is taking on the chin. We have a pause here, a little doji, and then bye-bye. See ya. But the buyers that come out, smart money be buying down here, So we want to be the smart money on this stuff. And we're just going to ride this out. We're only down $50 now right now. As big as I'm in, this isn't bad. This is the pound. So I'm long the pound, I'm long the euro. They kind of look the same on the 4 hour. That's the trade. We're going to make it to here. We're going to cash out. I got some sells up here, but I don't know. It's Wednesday. Like, I'll sell actually into this thing for the scalps because there'll be a little, but that's going to be pretty hard to overcome this floor. I mean, there's going to be so many people dumping into this price. I can't imagine, so I'll just dump and go flat. I'll take the money and run, and maybe even come back with buy limits again. So on these kind of moves, if you were to cash out right now, and actually I could get out of this position right now, down 36 is actually like being up considering how big I'm in, and just come back with limits. But then I'd have to come back and put these orders in again. So it's coming up to 3 o'clock, and you're coming into Europe. Here's coming into Asia. We might get like a 2 hour rally till close here. We cash out, go flat, come back in with limits from here down and on the way to that new low, and then just do that and just say, well, we're just scalping it, because on a daily it looks like, wow, you want to hold that though. Look at that daily. You're going to hold on to that. So the big money, the deep pockets, be holding this, and this is about, nice. This is only a 12 pip window here, so we could go lower again. We could dip down on the daily there, but it is coming to the end of the day. So I think by the end of the week, you have to wait another 2 days. You could conceivably make it back to here, or anywhere on the way to there, and I'm underwater here by at least 12 pips on these top tickets. So I did take some punishment there. I put 20 pip stops on these things. Some of them I got 40 pip stops. So some of the bad ratios, like here, I'm risking $24 to make $12. That's a 10 pip window. It's a 6K. So if I put that here, it's going to look like that. Lasts for 8 hours. So that would just be the market comes, smashes into there, and retraces without taking out that 40 pip stop, which is way up there. If you can see that, that's ridiculous. Like I'm not getting stopped out of that, right? I mean, I'm willing to go 40 pips underwater to make 20. Yeah, because I'll probably make my 20 before I get to. You have to know that going in that ratio exists. Now here's a break even. Not exactly, but 12 to make 12, right? So I put down here. I'm going to buy here. The stop is there, and the exit is where I'm at right now. So where I place that order is going to matter. And those are 8-hour tickets. So I got big order bank. If we retap that area, I'll buy more down there. So I'm actually planning on it going lower and away, or I wouldn't put the orders down there, but it's like I'm only down $17 right now. So coming in the close the next 2 hours, if we make $400 and we get out without actually getting out of close-out positions, we just get out where we pre-design the scalps on this, then we can sit back, relax, and think, all right, we got the scalp working now. I mean, we did the scalp, we got the swing working, and we're willing to buy more. Now we can mess around and buy a couple here and there for a couple retagments, for a couple re-spikes. And this is how I'm looking at it, is just, this is how you would do it. With multiple currencies like this, tough, right? But this is how you have to do it, because you have to go around and say, well, okay, this one here, at the end of the day, or by Europe, if we're up here, let's just get out. And we're up $6 right now, so it's a really great trade, because we're coming into the 3 o'clock. If we get a bum rush and a big short squeeze on the Dow Jones, and people come in and supposedly, the government's coming here to buy it, but this is a big smash down. It's a big buying opportunity here in the Nasdaq, but look at the Nasdaq once again. Mr. Goober, Top Tick Tommy, gets his buy limit in here, buy stop in here, and or I guess they're technically buy limits, but buy stop order here. I gets filled. He's like, oh god, man, I can't believe I'm getting killed here. It's crazy. Like I bought that higher high there because confirmation. It's going up. Bought over here too. Yeah, it's crazy. And here I'm underwater again. Damn it. And what about here? Fuck, I just blew up my house. I actually lost everything I owned because I put a stop in here. And, whoa, they stopped me out. It's crazy. Should have got in there. Should have bought there. So being whipsawed, nothing new there. I think if you were just fresh into the market, obviously you're going to want to buy everything from here down for the rest of your lifetime. If you're a bull, if you're a buyer. And if you're a seller, you're probably going to want to sell everything from here up. And then people go to let's go to the 4-hour chart and see what that looks like. All right, well, I'm probably going to do this then. If you're going to do that 4-hour chart, it changes the whole trade plan. I'm going to sell here. All right, so here's when a double bottom becomes a top on the 4-hour chart. But these are massive structure issues here, right? This stuff, here you got to be a buyer. So I'm buying the euro into the close, right? Because I'm buying here. I'm buying the Williams fractal. If you turn it on, come on, Bill, you can do it, buddy. So you go, boom. You're buying right there. Anything below the Williams fractal, you're buying that thing. You're long right now. You scalp into that thing. That's the scalp. I would say that is the dead cat bounce scalp there. You get that off, and then you move on to the end of the day target's going to be ripping back into this wick. Look at this amazing crush, but that's now I'm on the 4-hour chart. But look at the 1-hour chart. Look at all these. Look at this crazy stuff. Man, look at that. That is just brutal. But that 4 hours, that daily just looks amazing. NASDAQ daily. Big trap up here, double top. Wow. What an amazing crush. And of course, I'm a buyer below this fractal, so I'm sure the big boys are buying everything from here all the way down. And they could have scalped already, right? Because they could have bought as soon as they got into that window, they scalped to that floor of that box on something, you would think, right? And maybe they're not going to get filled on the rest of that. So if you plan on buying this much, but your account only gets 1% filled, that's even better, right? Because the strategy is that you're buying this at the edge of the market. The deepest prices here would have been mind-blowing, right? You're buying here, people are like, I can't believe you're buying. But wow, what a move, right? We have to wait a long time for these fills, but you got buy limits down here. People are like, really? You gonna buy down there? Oh yeah. And here's the classic. If this was the 1 hour chart, I'd be buying like crazy. As soon as you get past this threshold here, when the market is below these fractals and it's in that trap window, comes back, the scalpers get out, comes down again. Man, anything here, wow, whew. And you could have just traded that to there, but then it comes ripping back. It's incredible. Now, it never gets filled on your sell limits. So the reason why you scale in is because you got sell limits here that never got filled, and you missed all these nice pullbacks or smash downs. And that's why, of course, this is the daily. On the 4 hour, there's probably some top tick Tommy sells in here that you can layer in up to there and then beyond. So going to cover a wider area. Sell limits are in a basket here, just like they're in a basket here. And right now we're scalping to that little dead cat bounce into the top of the hour. So we're looking for a bum rush here for an hour. Then until it closes stocks, we're going to look for stocks to come flying back. And you could end up with a doji. At the end of the day, you could, on a Wednesday, we could just get a retracement today and make quite a bit of money into the close here, not even have to trade the rest of the week. Then that would be another consideration. If you made enough money on this smash down, comes back up on the daily, the 4 hours is going to take all night, I suppose, for that thing to come weaseling back up there. But that would be the trade, I guess. So here the pound has to drift back to here, and the dollar, the euro dollar, has to go up into, let's say, there'll be sellers galore above this wick and on the way to that wick. So we're actually going to cash out up into here tonight, and then so tomorrow the jobs report, and you could come down lower. So we could always know we could buy down here, and we always know we could sell on the way to this big support. And I can cluster orders in here. Now the scalps could be placed in there. So when we just wick into that price and then come back and put, that we make some money there. So it's making money on a bunch of different areas of the market, and primarily, ideally on limits. This way, it's a set and forget it system. You don't have to babysit the market. You can see the pockets, you see the vacuums, you see the zones. You're like, yeah, and of course, buying down here, had you had your targets in properly, you would have been able to capture this plunge here, and then it comes ripping back. You're cashing out, but you also have that full circle situation where you get a total retard in golf, but it doesn't hold the engulf, but it does come back to that and then smash down. Now we buy here, and here comes Asia. Maybe we make it to there, we cash out, come back in with limits again, or maybe we're going to hold this thing in Asia, and maybe by the time the end of the week comes out, you're just ripping through the top of that, and everybody's like, oh, is everything going to be fine? Oh, they fixed the pipeline, and there's so much oil, we're drowning in it, and oh, it's just going to be wonderful. We have a Mazola oil party at my house later, and it's going to be amazing. This is the oil market is climaxing, and stocks are coming back to life here. See, so big smackdown in stocks, but stocks are coming back out of that hole, and I'd say that their target's probably in sync with my euro trade to some degree. Coming back to this, just kind of trying to make it back to there if you're lucky, and we could get a short squeeze. The whole day has been blistering, and it looks way deeper here to me. Although, yeah, I don't know. That just looks so down, doesn't it? Because it's like 2 days down hard. I mean, this is another, so it's actually 1,000 points from the tippy top here. Is it considered the 470 they're claiming down right now doesn't even, that's like a mind-blowing reversal. Is that the buying point? Yeah, it looks like Bitcoin's starting to fizzle. I can't wait to see Bitcoin. It's just going to be the blood in the streets on this one. It's going to be funny as hell. It comes back to here, 20 grand. I got you. It's still worth 20 grand. You got it in a buck, but man, I would not be surprised to see Bitcoin come back to here. That's going to be a lot of broken hearts there. But he said Bitcoin was like the better than sliced bread. Yeah, I know. What are you going to do? These things happen. So we're in this monster position here. Look at the pound. I should buy more of this on limits. I think I put some in here. Look how vicious this pound is. Look at, they're smashing it again. The spreads are going to get nasty here. Let's go for all new lows, fresh lows here. I think I got enough tickets open now. I can do it. Wait for some of these. A 4-hour trade plan is my favorite because it's just the right amount of exposure here. I'm putting in monster amounts of orders to buy the scalp here. We're trying to make 12 pips. We're trying to make 10 pips. 10 pips there. So we should be buying at the market on the clock here. But this 5 minutes down hard. See, top of the hour, 5 minutes down hard. This is a double bottom on the 1 hour, and then we'll go back to some raunchy entertainment. Let's see. Let's delete these objects. So if you're trying to keep your thing, you take a picture now. Trying to keep your track of your dumb shit trades. But there you go. That's also, this has been an hour since we 2 hours since we closed out the 4-hour chart. So this has all been happening for the past 2 hours. All this fresh 4-hour wicks being done here. Because it constitutes this. So if you zoom out, that's really sitting down there in no man's land. This would be the turtle soup part of the trade if you're a ICT guy, I guess. But we're buying the turtle soup. We're buying the trap. We're buying this abyss that lives below here, and actually the one that this will be an easy target. And I'll only be underwater on these are entries only. These blues are entries only. You can't see my targets, but I'd be losing these top tickets. So mostly what I bought was this plungeola right there. I call it master plunge system. And we are long, hog long now, locked in. It's 2 minutes after, it'll be 5 minutes after 3 o'clock. We're looking for the retracement now. 4-hour chart. We should be in this trade for like an hour and a half or something like that. So that's going to be the trade. They're getting crushed on the pound here. Pound's still tanking. Pound's brittle. We could just drop right now about another 40 pips, really. Nothing to prevent it. Actually, when you go to these abysses, this thing that people can't believe, like, if you take this out, you just drop right to here, boom. Just like that. I mean, there's so much space still down here to fill. All right, so we're going to wait for here another 1 minute here. And then we're going to go get some really cheap food. Now we're going to go out tonight. We're going to go get the fried fish. It's good for your heart. Try to ride it this time. So we got a whole 40 seconds left here. So this is a critical window. I'm just amazed. 5 minutes after the hour here, and now you're coming on that 55-minute critical short squeeze into the close of the stock market. Big hard down day. Big bitch slapping here. Looks like it could drop into the close here. Just smack down and just blow people's minds. I think we could be down 600 points today, actually. Close down there and just people be like, oh God, well, what is it? What's that goddamn... We're down 526 right now, 529. So it looks like we can close down about 700 points. It'll be the worst 3-day sell-off in the stock market. And, wow. A big buying opportunity, though, for the bottom pickers, you know. Look at that thing. Oh, boy. Boom, there you go, 5 minutes after. And so that's going to be that. All right. So, yeah, that's going to be quite the... They're going to buy that puppy. And look, you're about to breach the... you're taking out these Williams fractals right now. Deep, big money buying in here. Look at that. Wow. Just amazing. You just can't... Wow, another buying opportunity here. Oof. That is brutalville. Look at that puppy. Oh my God, that is just... And the monthly Bitcoin, Sibba buy Bitcoin. It's nice knowing you, buddy. Come back 20 grand there. Yeah, that's right. We're done. Put a fork in it. Dollar ripped off of here. I put my sell limits up here on the dollar. Swiss, this is another structured trade. I don't know if I got filled on that. Not right. Didn't get filled, but anyways, I put the tickets in. You don't always get filled, you know. Life's like that. Doing the retracement on the euro, retracement on the pound. This looks like it could still tank at a moment's notice. Really no warning either. It's like that Rogue Wave guy, you know. Next thing you know, your Rolex is at the pawn shop. We could still smash down here on the look at this. Look at the drama of this currency. You talk about these people are out of their minds. These British people are just, look at, they drank too much. Look at, they come back from lunch hammered, put on these fucking trades. Look at that. I don't know what they're going to do next. Going to track them. It's a flash mob here. All right. Anyways, I'm still buying if they tank, so I'm in. I'm in for the retracement here on these two guys. Trying to make about $1,500. Trying to make what my margin is. Using $1,300 a margin. If I could make $1,300, I think I'd be happy. That would work out. So let's try that. We're just gonna do these insane auction trades on this account. They stop me out. I'll be high about 8,500, 9,000 left. I'll still be up 4,000 here. That's the way I look at it. I was stalled out, waiting for the close, waiting for that short squeeze into the Dow Jones. Or are we going to tank? Right, we're down 540 now. Looks like we might close down hard, and then Asia. We'll have to wait for Asia to rally. Here's the 1 hour Dow. Look at that, just keep smashing that puppy. It could be like that. But definitely coming in Asia and then retracement into the end of the week. But that's going to be a hurt. People are just going to... They've already taken out all the goobers. You know, this is the retail flush. They went and took out this guy's stop. And they probably take out this guy's stop by the time Europe opens. Then they'll rip it north. And then everybody's going to bail here. And then you're going to go into a bear market, you know. This is going to be the big pivot, right? This is going to be the... You get to anywhere around there. But I don't look at it as one pivot. You know, this focusing on one price, I think, is the big mistake, because, you know, as much as you may think, oh, double top, got to wait for a precise double top. Yeah, you know, look how vicious this move is. If you were prepared to buy this plunge, you know, I'm sure people are gobbling up these stocks, you know, all the stuff they wish they could have. If only for 2 days, right? 2-day bounce. Get in heavy for 2 days. That's the trade, because then you're making money in a short period of time. That's what you want. You're trying to make money fast, right? I mean, if you win the trade for 150 years, it makes a lot of money. Well, if I won the Bitcoin for 150 years, it'll be $1 million. Dude, you won't be alive. So what the fuck are you talking about? That's another thing about the Bitcoin phenomena is it's going to in 10 years it might come up there. Look, they're going to beat the shit out of this Bitcoin now. Oh, it's just like the stock market. So here's my other view of Bitcoin, because you obviously see I'm a hater, because this doesn't make no sense. It's so stupid. It's inflation. You're looking at inflation right here. Why is Bitcoin worth so much? Because you know what? All they gotta do is raise interest rates, and people are gonna fucking invest here. Because you know what? Real estate's the thing. See, in the end, real estate's the big. They're not making any more real estate. Oh, I know they're mining Bitcoins, but guess what? There's only so much land, people. And if it's global warming you want, though, it's going to be very premium land. So, I mean, this is just a joke. It's just such bullshit. I know people love it, though. They love a story. They love a drama. 529 down on the Dow here. Anyways, it's they call it sector rotation in the old days. So we had that climax. I think a lot of people cashed out of their crude. They go, yeah, you know what? We're selling that crude. Got too dark a color there to see it, but right there. Look at that. Whoa. 4-hour crude, man. Turning the corner. Nice trap up there. Nice reversal trade right now. I think I'd be out of that already for that pop. So just trading that wick tip might be enough money for you. You don't know. You'll have to try that yourself, but well, that would have been a great little sell. Now, just by the same token here, I come in here and put the buy limits in, Now, this I come in with maybe 4 hours, and I'm not. I'm coming in with 8. So we're expecting that to come down tonight. We're going to buy a little dippity-doo and scalp that. And I think these high drama trades are just pretty. If you didn't get on during this phase, if you didn't jump on the train here maybe and decide to sell that plunge into the abyss, or did you buy every 10 pips? You bought a 1K, a 2K, a 3K, 4K, 5K, 8K, 9K. You scaled in. You seen this head and shoulders here. You bought even more. And then it ripped back and actually went your worst order here maybe, right? Maybe you bought here and you actually eclipsed that if you waited through that whole swing, right? Yeah, maybe you did. But yeah, like here, buying below here, buy, and then dump. That's the swing retracement trade. Or are you going to be the very precise, I only sell over, it's in a downtrend, I only sell over bought, right? So you sold here, you sold here. Maybe you built a position over this 1 week, you built a short position. That's possible too, and that's completely, I would say that's the perfect trade here is to, if you're waiting it for every overbought on the 4-hour chart, maybe your RSI of 2 or 3 or 5. And I don't want to put too much weight. To me, I'd sell every rally. If I was a real bear, I'd be selling every rally. I'd be like, yeah, man. And then when this comes, I'd be like, now you were staring at this going, yeah, when they take this out, holy shit. But then you'd have to be willing to cash out, because if you don't think they're going to rip it back, just because you got in on a trend trade and it's still in a downtrend, yeah, but do you really want to leave that much on the table? It comes back to here and then you sell more. Maybe you do. And there's people like that. They would actually sell here and just keep, I've been short for 5 years. I sell on every rally. Oh God, man, how do you do it? I don't know. So, I mean, but you want to cash out, right? And go buy some more beer or something and do something ridiculous and fun. I suppose that's why people are trading. Like I said, not everybody's trading for that reason, but it's just entertainment. And it is. I mean, it should be, I guess. But you're kind of like actually taking money from goobers, I suppose. That's how you're going to make all your money. Just from going against your own gooberism. Here it looks like we are going to drop, so we're going to get filled down here, it looks like. This will be crazy land. I'm guessing easily spiked down here now. I think I got free enough. This is just $5 to make $5, but this adds up. This could be worth about $50 here. Okay, we're down 250. We're in 7 standard lots. We're coming into the close. Wednesday stock market looking for a rally, but it looks like stocks are just going to get punished. Down, I say down 650 by close. We're down right now. 570. I can't wait to watch the news. You know what it'll be? The oil pipeline's making the stock market crash. Yeah, okay. Like, dude, how do you explain the reversal from 3 days ago? Why was it up? When the pipeline first locked up, the market rallied into that shit. So explain that. Well, I can't explain that. It's just so harebrained to look at the news. Try to trade off the fundamentals. I don't even know how people are doing that. Certainly the drama, is coming, right? As soon as you get a sell-off like this in the stocks, oh my God. Range traders that can handle big ranges step up to the plate and make them mints. So your trade systems become in and out of fashion. And, a system that was getting beat up, a trend system. Here comes the range systems, which 80% of the market's ranging. So the range systems clean up, They make a good amount of money. But when it goes into trend mode here, or it goes into crush down mode here, forget about it, right? My range systems get clobbered here because I'm trying to and my range is too big maybe. So here we might, if we could get into another, and we could actually pick up another 3 standard lots here without getting stopped out of too much, because I bought some of these. When I bought at the market, I bought with a 50 pip stop. So that's another thing, is that I was planning on swing trading it on some level. So I come in and I put on a 50 to 100 to 200K at the market with a 50 pip stop. So I'm saying, yeah, okay, that's just for that. And then come in lower. Let's buy more lower, deeper on pending. So I'm building this massive, giant position in a big range. Now the bigger the better, because then I can just say, I canvassed every part of the fucking thing, so I don't even care if you're voting for dog catcher. I can flip your fucking vote. And it's worth 50 cents to me. So that is, I think, it's the ultimate. And here you're rigging your own system. I'm rigging the market around my limits. I'm rigging my brokers, my henchman here. He'd be my what would be my guy that are running the people that are stuffing the ballots, the ballot stuffers here. We're actually ticket stuffing is what I call this. But this is how Biden won. So I'm just using the same strategy, and I'm in my basement. So this is the Biden forex mentorship, sleepy forex we call it. And this is where you sign up, and we need a sample of you snoring to prove that you're sleepy on the sleepy team. And we have a whole troop of, marching sleepers, sleepwalking, sleeper cells. We put our limits in. We call them sleeper cells. Guerrilla warfare with limits and market orders. It's the war room, damn it. But that's how we roll. And all right, so I got to take a nap here and get some more. Gotta go out and cut the lawn because it keeps growing. It's ridiculous. That's why winter's so good, is because it keeps the lawn from growing. And yeah, so that's what we do here. All right, so good luck with that. We're just gonna ride this storm out, trying to make $2,000. And oh man, I don't even know. I gotta go watch the news. This is like being in the middle of a circus, and I don't know where to be entertained. Every story is so good right now. Everything is so ridiculous. We're down 577. We're going to be down 600 here. Look at that. Look at the bloodbath on this puppy. Oh, my God. Bye-bye. Oh, retail flush. Oh, baby no like oil turn off, right? That's what they're going to say in the news. She no like it. It no work. It no work when you turn off the, oh, you know what? Well, yeah, I guess, and you shut down the other pipeline, did you? Crude oil should be going up, right? Not really. NASDAQ, what's going on here? Oh, NASDAQ, bloodbath. Big bloodbath there, so the dollar is just, rallied in the floor here. So here's the big trap, the big beat down on the dollar. Yeah, they say the dollar's going to shit. Dude, it's not going anywhere. This is another big myth. I keep hearing this on the news about the dollar and Bitcoin. This is the monthly dollar. Are you fucking kidding me? Dude, this thing goes nowhere. What are you talking about? It's fucking high. It's not 2013, dude. Oh, the dollar, the dollar, the dollar. Dude, dollar's just sticking around here. Sure, it's off of these highs, but okay, it's 2017 laws. It's why do you care? This is a penny for every big black line. So it was at 97 cents. Now it's at 90 cents. Oh my God. I think I wouldn't be selling here though, right? You'd be crazy. I wish there was a yearly chart in forex, but there isn't. There tisn't. Never got filled on that. I put sell limits on that guppy. Ooh, nice setup here. Still waiting for the stock market to close and rally. Looking for that short squeeze. We're not getting it. Wait. Ooh, down 600 almost. Here we go. Off a cliff. You gotta love it. Oh, look at that puppy. Bye-bye. Big heavy hitters coming in here at the close. Gobble that puppy up. Oof. Down 700-800 here. Biggest 3-day sell-off. This will be a big historical tippity-toppity of the market. And this could be it. Lights out. You know, you just leave it to the communists to pretty much just put a clinching reversal on the market. 605. Down 605. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for coming. And that's your capitalism on. This is your brain. This is your wallet. This is your wallet on Biden. Yeah, Sleepy Joe. Oh, well, the oil rigs and, geez, I can't stop those. Oh, Desert Storm. Hey, can we have like Ted Koppel come on and narrate this like when Jimmy Carter left the fucking choppers in the desert? And got a whole channel built on that. You know, these guys don't want to lose their job in the news business because everybody's depending on you to tune in for their bullshit. I wish I could put volumes in here, but I don't have any for this market. Actually, I do have those ones I wrote for that when I was here. Here's some DC. I hope these are right. Wait, there you go. Those are designed for something. I don't know, but they work in here. These are the ones I wrote when I was trading with those guys doing the. What the fuck was it? Here's another one. No, that's the wrong market there. That's not gonna work. We're doing the NASDAQ shit. So I don't know what, but that's a good trade here. I like it. It's a perfect fit. So that's 15 minutes of buy limits there. Try to capture this wick here. I kind of fucked up that trade. I think it deleted itself. Wow, yeah, 605 down. 621 now. Nice. I think I have a market order here. Does this say, there you go. That works on this market. These are for the NASDAQ, but they work on the Dow. So there you go, a little buy there. Can resist that. Especially fake money. Who can resist these trades? All right, let's delete the objects. What a high drama closer. Down 621. Yeah, 600 looks like the magic down number. So delete objects, and we'll come back in with those tickets. I don't know what delete objects script here. There you go. So we got limits in, we got in the market. Down in the NASDAQ here. Put another rack of buy limits and then buy another at the market. Oh boy. Wow, what fun. We're buying into this baby as it plunges. We're going all in limits. Let's stack these limits up. Wow. 627 down. Beautiful. Just amazing. You gotta love it. Wow, they know how to punish them retail guys. Look at that. Oof. Bye-bye. Oh, man. That's a good thing I got these fucking Dow Jones scripts. I can't resist buying this at the market. Not the best trade plan there. I could use a wider stop at the market, but boy, that's gratifying right there. Another reason the demo works is very gratifying. We're using a lot of margin though. That's okay. Saute. Okay, wow, look at this. I bet down 700. I close. I think closing down hard today. So another half hour of punishment. Anyways. Oh, look at that. They just took out that wick there. Wow, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. Oh, man, they are crushing these people. I'm going to go limits on that. Nice tight spread there. Fixed spread there. Yeah, let's get that. Let's gobble that up. Wow, that's fair. That was a great trade. That's a great entry there. I wouldn't change a thing there. Right. What's the pound look like? Oh, pound's making new lows too. See? Like I told you, see, I got the pound. See, no such thing as a double bottom, right? Look at that. Beautiful. Let's buy more. Come on. Oh, that is my trade, man, right there. Oh, Wednesday does not disappoint. We're not getting these new lows on the euro, so we have what we have here in the euro. Euro's retracing, but look at the pound. They're just obliterating this thing. Since I bought the Dow at the market, I'm not going to buy any more of the pound. I'm going to put some limits in, though, here. See, I'm coming in for 15 minutes, though. It's perfect. Well, that lined up perfectly. So those are all my pendings that expire in 15 minutes. Wow. People's heads are going to explode today. Oh, I just love it. Oh, what are they going to say about poor Biden? Go sleepy Joe. They're going to praise him. He's amazing. Those evil capitalists getting punished finally in the market here. This 15-minute scripts. Perfect fit at this point. So if you're not here for that, you could have placed your buy limits. And like I said, I'd be long anywhere from here down right now. So big money is totally buying this plunge. Smart money. Deep pocket money, right? They're buying all the way down here. Who wouldn't? Look at that. Unsustainable. New lows. A fresh pack of 15-minute scripts. Come on, man. Look at the margin I'm using. Jesus. I'm really using some margin here. Wow. This is epic stuff. I must tell you, this is a lot of fun here. Today's been unbelievable. We're just going to let that fill. We're going to go full in. I'm using so much margin, my lord. Yeah, we maxed it out. Wow, look at this here. Let's do this guy. I got this one. Oh, that's tight. See, NASDAQ, too expensive. I'll get smashed out of that. It's a perfect fit on the Dow right now, though. I'm just waiting for this closing, the closing drama. Down 650, 661 now. What a bloodbath. That is incredible. Gotta love it. Looks like it's coming to an end on the 4-hour, though. I'm getting exhausted. Only 2 sells there in the 4-hour. Sell that rally, sell that one. Wow. What a touchdown. That's incredible. Look at the 5-minute chart. Whew. Just no let up. Incredible. I just can't believe it. Look at that thing. Look at these limits that haven't filled yet. We could fill here. Look how spastic it's getting. Down $380. They stopped me out of something. Probably the pound. I should buy some pound at the market. Now these are good old-fashioned forex scripts here. Oh yeah, let's just load this up here. I think they stopped me out of this Dow Jones trade here. Yeah, let's buy some more Dow Jones. We'll just come into the market on the Dow Jones. That cost me a lot of money. That the margin on that was just incredible. Too tight a stop. I'm just gonna go. See, that's not a very big trade. I'm hoping they fill these limits. There you go. Down 700. 654. Yeah, see that? Not getting the right fill there. Too tight a stop on there because I wouldn't mind taking a financial hit on that because, see, I lost all that margin. I had so much margin going on that. I'm not used to that. Looking at that amount of margin there, but we should buy some at the market for the scalp. Okay, they just updated the 30-minute chart, so I'm looking for a major short squeeze. Half hour left in trading. Who's selling here? Wow. What a blistering move. That's panic shit right there. Wow, the bears are loving communism at this point. The communist fundamental view. Destroy the economy. Let God sort them out. I'm going to do some good old-fashioned forex trading here. This is my big 50 pip stop. Here's my bad ratio trade. All right. Coming back off the top here a little bit now. I'm afraid they're going to stop me out of that Dow Jones, so we're just going to get a heavy here on the pound. So this market order's there. US 30. Wow. Half-hour chart. Unbelievable punishment. So it deserved it, though. That top tick Tommy stuff was too much. They couldn't resist it. They just destroyed it. Okay, that's that. That poor Dow, they took all the way to here. Look at, they took it all the way down to here. Like you knew they would. Look at that, 3 days. The biggest 3-day sell-off that I can think of in a while. Not since Corona. I mean, what do you got here, right? Oof. Of course, I guess this is a brutal one. That's a brutal one. Yeah. Let's see if you find Corona on here. Now, Corona on here is going to blow your mind. How people don't even realize this Corona thing. Here's Corona. Fuck me. And we're so far above that. Wow. Oh, just really? It shows you that you just, it's not even make no sense. It making no sense. Maybe a little bit. Down 660 again. Cowabunga. That's amazing. NASDAQ. Brutalized. Pound. Brutal. So we wait for the retracement on all these things. I'm going to buy some more of this. Buy it while you can. Yep. Down 660 in the Dow. It's only up from here, so looks like a deep discount buying opportunity. All right. Let's go back to the my boring life. Sleeping and eating.